Hello everyone, and welcome back to Calliope Music Reviews. My name is Colin, and this is Music Canon. And we got a new review, a new full album review. Today, we're looking at the Canadian hyperpop kid who's been growing up right before our eyes, kmoe, and his debut studio album, K1. Now, there's not a whole lot of history behind the kmoe name at this point, but the now 20-year-old producer and songwriter has been making the rounds on the internet since about 2014. It was really his 2021 single Gloves that introduced his flavor of highly textured and pitched digicore and hyperpop to a wider audience. Singles like his 2022's It Gets Lonely and his collab with Jane Remover in 2021 have since boosted his intrigue as an artist leading up to this debut record. And that's not even mentioning a trio of awesome singles released earlier this year that really piqued my interest in this record. So, what's up with kmoe? Who is he and how does he sound? Well, he's a lot of fun. K1 is a record full of vitality and high energy, internet core, fizzy, fun pop songs. You have plenty of EDM and electronica flavor, even some shoegaze here. Notably, there are some greatly distorted and overly critical kicks that smash into you with some serious force, as well as those gazing guitars. And the gazy guitars here really allow you to get lost in the instrumentals before snappy power pop progressions and fireworks synthetics sort of bring you back into these supremely danceable beats. There's also an array of springy and melodramatic melodies that highlight kmoe's vocals. And I'd say kmoe is a capable singer, helping fill the mid-range and the high ends of the mix with his airy but full resonance. It's clear conscience complementing the havoc of the instrumentals quite well. And the music can get pretty chaotic at times, like the incredibly glitchy beat breakdown on the outro of the fourth track, Idiot. I especially enjoy the more full-on EDM sections here, like the seventh song Bloodbath, with its effortlessly elevated bass loop, background lasers, guitar feedback, and sizzling phasers. This track is an uncompromising contract to just get off your feet and let loose. It's so much fun, despite some pretty graphic imagery in the lyrics. Similar moments, though, can be heard on the following track, Carpet, and one of the lead singles, Aired Out, really driving in those high-pitched samples, whirring guitars, and trap bass loops. Pretty much the entire record carries an awesome record up until the last few tracks, really sounding like kmoe is lighting himself on fire as he personifies quickly undulating synths and dynamic beatwork. He honestly reminds me quite a bit of the Californian singer and producer Two Hollis, but with a more indie rock edge here. However, the record definitely doesn't end in the most triumphant fashion, feeling less creatively driven with some simpler and stripped back pop progressions, trite trap beats, and pedestrian melodies. The last three tracks here do sound a bit clunky compared to the rest of the record, I have to say. But those songs do see kmoe get a little bit more reflective lyrically. And for the most part, he is pretty reflective. This album is about disappointment. Disappointment with oneself and failing to achieve their ambitions, as well as the disappointment of being let down by a potential lover, feeling as if all the time, love, and effort of that relationship has been wasted. kmoe uses a lot of self-deprecating imagery to paint himself as a sort of mess or garbage fire hanging on to reality with more doubt than anything else. I do think the sixth track, I Keep You Up, is especially interesting as it's basically a desperation call as kmoe admits to the possible impact that this record might have on his life, with its success essentially dictating whether he can continue doing music for a living or not. And then you have the final couple songs with some pretty pervasive reflections of trust, faith, and self-doubt, of course. Now, there's nothing truly groundbreaking or extremely memorable lyrically, but this is an honest effort that adds to the sugary and entertaining melodrama of the overall sound. And I have to say, the overall sound here is strong. I know it's a bit derivative at times of the other shoegaze, hyperpop adjacent acts like Jane Remover, Funeral, and Kuru, to name a few. And the last few tracks definitely fall off a little in their excitement levels, but kmoe provides his own heft to the production, especially in those guitars and the percussion, creating a unique enough experience with tons of energy and rhythm to enjoy throughout. So I'm feeling a good 7 out of 10 for K1. And if you're curious, I definitely recommend giving a listen to the tracks Dumpster Fire, Thousand Yard Stare, and Bloodbath Dance to get a taste of most of what this record has to offer. And alright, that'll do it for this quick review of kmoe's debut album. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, I encourage you to listen to the record on your own and let me know what you think in the comments section below. And of course, you can recommend any other artists or albums that you would like me to cover on this channel in the future. And with that, this has been kmoe the Kid, the Music Canon, and I will see you in the next one.